The final day of campaigning. It's almost a carnival atmosphere as candidates make a last bid to lure voters. Incumbent Ibrahim Boubacar Keita is seeking a second term and reckons he deserves it.
There is water and there is electricity. I was very happy when I was going around the country because the daily life of every citizen is my responsibility. I saw the lives of people changing and the city is now lit.
Keita's first 5 years in power haven't been easy. Jihadists and separatists have shattered Mali's reputation for stability. Thousands of peacekeepers are here trying to contain the troubles, even as they spread beyond Mali's borders. Keita's supporters say he's done well to achieve what he has under such constraints.
He has built the road to Kidal, and this has improved security in that area, unlike in the past when it was very bad.
Others are not convinced.
There is a security crisis. Unemployment is high. The gap between the rich and the poor is very high. There is an unfair distribution of development projects.
We want someone who will help us with our studies, improve the economy and employment opportunities, because currently most people have degrees, but there are no jobs.
Keita's strongest challenger is again Soumaïla Cissé, who took Keita to a runoff in the 2013 vote. There are plenty of other candidates, 24 in all.
It's been an intense campaign for the 24 presidential candidates. And as the curtains officially come down on the campaign period, it now all comes down to the voters.
Just over 8 million are registered to vote. A candidate needs 50% plus one of the votes cast to secure an outright victory. Short of that, the top two candidates will run off in August. Whoever wins will find a full entry awaits them. Peninah, Karibe, CGTN in Bamako, Mali.
Well, let's get you an update now on the Mali poll. CGTN's Peninah Karibe joins me live now from Bamako. Peninah, this is obviously a highly anticipated election. How prepared is Mali for a fair and credible poll?
Well, Maher, that's a question a lot of analysts have been asking, but we're here on the ground talking to the people, and three issues are coming up, concerns really. Topmost, of course, has to do with election security. Now, the people we've engaged here in Bamako, majority of them tell us it is almost guaranteed that volatile regions such as Kidal will actually not be able to vote. And they went as far as claiming that the Electoral Commission did not even distribute materials there due to insecurity. But last evening, Maher, we attended President Keita's last campaign rally, and he talked about improved security in those regions. He said he had visited Kidal during the campaigns and he saw security there was very improved and that people can actually go and vote. Now, the other issue has to do with electoral fraud. The opposition has come out strongly saying the government is planning to carry out fraud. The issue here has to do with the electoral register. The opposition claiming that it was audited back in April, and at that time the names were 8 million, and now the online register by the government indicates there are 8.1 million registered voters. The government, on the other hand, arguing that there is no plan to rig, but saying this discrepancy is due to what is calling technical issues. And then we have, of course, the issue of the budget. The Electoral Commission had asked for $5.8 million, Maher, to effectively carry out this process. The Finance Ministry revised downwards that budget to 3.8, and so some people quite concerned that the Electoral Commission may not be able to conduct a credible process, which may then result to credible, may result to concerns or electoral concerns being raised by the opposition, Maher.
And Peninah, what are some of the key issues that voters will be seeking to have addressed by the eventual election winner?
Sorry, Maher, just repeat the question.
We were just asking Peninah, what will be some of the key issues that voters there will be hoping will be addressed by the election winner?
Well, Well, it's a cocktail of issues, Mahia. From the package there you saw, we spoke to some voters here, and we're talking first and topmost about poverty. This is a country, Mahia, that has very little development. In fact, the United Nations Human Development Index for 2016 ranked Mali 178 out of 188 countries. And really, it's evident when you drive around the capital, Bamako, you can see there's really little infrastructure here. Now, listening to President Keita last night, he was really at pains to explain to the people there what he has done in those 5 years. A lot of them, especially the youth, saying he's not been able to accomplish what he promised the youth. And I'll have you know, Mahia, that majority of the voters in this country are the young people. That's who majority of the presidential candidates are targeting. And those we talked to have told us that there are no jobs, poverty is very high, a very big gap between the rich and the poor, and very unfair distribution of projects amongst the youth. So we have a very big portion of disenfranchised youth, Mahia, who feel the candidate who comes in after tomorrow's vote should make all of these issues a priority, and of course not to mention security. Like I said, a lot of people thinking that places such as Gao and Kidal will not really be able to vote, and if they do, then a small percentage of people will come out. Mali is a country that in West Africa is known to have the lowest voter turnout. We're talking about on average 40%. So there's a cocktail of issues here, Mahia, at play, and of course a candidate who comes in after tomorrow's vote will have to be very, very careful to fulfill whatever pledges they're making to the people, because a lot of people are saying we've seen this before and now we want somebody who can be accountable. Mahia.
All right, Peninah, thank you for that. Plenty to look into in the final hours going into that election in Mali. That was CGTN's Peninah Karibe, who was speaking to us live there from Bamako ahead of the election tomorrow.